Hello everyone, in this tutorial we will develop a custom web application timer job using Visual Studio. We'll create a WSP solution, we'll develop the custom code, we'll deploy the WSP solution, and at the end we will debug the custom timer job using Visual Studio. Let's get started. This is my SharePoint farm. I have at the moment two web applications. And basically, we intend to develop a custom timer job that will read groups or any object from a site collection, and then we will add some information in a list. What is a timer job? A timer job is it's a custom code or out-of-the-box code that is running in SharePoint timer service. Basically, SharePoint this Windows process. So let's open Visual Studio, run it as administrator. Create a new project. I'll choose SharePoint 2019 empty project. Test timer job. Create. I will create a farm solution, and I'm using my root site collection. Okay, so a new project is created. I will add a class where we will write our custom logic. Test timer job, okay, .cs. So in order to create a timer job, we need to implement, to inherit SP job definition class. Okay, so we will create a constructor without any parameter. Let's add a few parameters like string, timer, job name, and of course the web application SP web application web app, and then this dot title. equal with timer job name. We'll override the execution method, the execute method. And basically, I will add an item in a list. Okay, so let me copy paste the code. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a new SP site object. I hard coded the URL of the site. I'm getting the root web of the site collection, and I'm looping through the groups of the web, and I'm creating a string value, which I will use it in order to add in the test list one. And if I have an exception, I will write it in the system diagnostic event logs. In order to deploy this custom timer job, I need to create a feature that will actually create this timer job. So add feature, right click on the feature and add feature. I will keep test timer job feature one. Okay. And I prefer that I will activate it manually. So I will change activate on default. I'll put false. Web application. I will add an event receiver. And by default, we inherit SP feature receiver, and we have some methods already created. Let's uncomment feature activation. So here, I'll create a constant. Let's test timer job. Okay. In this method, we will write the code that will be executed once we activate the feature. So I will create some additional methods here. Let's create job method. So basically, we'll create a new test timer job object. And we also create a SP minute schedule object in order to attach the schedule for the new timer job that we intend to add. Okay, in the same way, we will create another method, delete existing timer job. So what this method is doing is looping through all job definition for the SP web application object And if we found a timer job with this name, then we are going further and then we will delete it. Okay, so let's implement the logic for feature activated. As you can see, first of all, once we activate the feature, we'll try to delete the existing timer job. If already exists, it will be deleted, and then we'll create the timer job using the method that we implemented previously. Let's implement also feature deactivating. Okay, it's time to rebuild, to build our project. Let's see if we have any error. We have no error, then we can go further and deploy it. What happens once we click the deploy button? We have a deployment profile. If we go to properties, SharePoint, view. So those are the deployment steps which are available, and those are the deployment steps which actually will be executed once we click the deploy button. Same, we have the possibility to configure which are the steps that will be executed once we retract the solution. And basically, once we retract the solution, we do an IS application pull recycle, and then we'll execute retract solution step. Okay, let's go further and deploy. Okay, the solution has been deployed. Let's go to central administration, system settings, manage farm solution, test timer job WSP. If we click on it, we can see that the solution was deployed. Okay, then let's activate the feature as we discussed. This feature is a web application feature. The scope of it is a web application. So this means that we need to go to the web application and manage feature. Feature 1, I will activate it. Okay. And now if we go to monitoring, review job definition, I have my timer job here. Let's check it. This is the default configuration. We can see the scheduled configuration here. So this is what I wrote in feature event receiver.cs. Okay, let's trigger it. Basically, once we press the Run Now button, uh, obvious timer process will execute the code implemented in execute method, as we will add a new item in test list object. So let's check that list also. I already did some execution, so I will delete everything. And then execute it. Before to execute it, it's also better to restart the timer service in order to load the new DLL that will be created for our custom timer job. So let's go back here and run. At the moment we have no item, we need to wait for the timer job to be executed. If we go to running jobs, we don't have any at the moment. If we go to job history, my timer job was successfully executed. So let's go back to the list and refresh. And I have a new item here with all the groups of this web. So we managed to create a WSP solution. We managed to develop the custom code. We deployed the WSP solution, and at the end, the last step will be to debug this custom code with Visual Studio. To do this, we will attach to obvious timer process, SharePoint timer service. If we go to the properties of the Windows timer service, we'll see the process name is obviousTimer.exe. Attach to process. Okay. Okay, and we need to wait for Visual Studio, and let's put a breakpoint on this. Okay, then let's go further and execute again our custom timer job. The definition of the timer job will be loaded in obvious timer process, and then here the debugger stop, and we can debug our code going step by step. If you have multiple servers in your farm, SharePoint can choose any server to execute a timer job. So basically, if you are in that scenario, you need to force SharePoint to use only one server in order to execute the timer job. Doing this, you will know which is the process that you need to attach. If you consider this tutorial useful, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will create more content in regards with SharePoint development and SharePoint functionalities